let's go. Oh, and I need to actually bring my list back up, because that would help. And also get myself to the top of the list. Alrighty. We are live and ready to go. For day 123. Oh my goodness. Oh my gracious. Starting again a little bit earlier than normal. Because that's because we've got at minimum 115 fights to get through today. We're gonna hope for a quick day. It's gonna be an interesting one. So we're going for speed today. We are going for speed. And that is because I have painstakingly done some calculations. Now you'll notice in the top right hand corner, we have 342 fights left to go. It was at 305 at the end of yesterday's stream, but I have since gone through, painstakingly compared and contrasted the fights that I generated versus what was left to fill in on the spreadsheet, and I did, lo and behold, find some discrepancies. So what I've done is and also I don't know how I've done it, but I feel like I might have also flubbed that numbering. But essentially we've got between 333 and 342 fights left to go. According to the spreadsheet I've got 333, but then for some reason the way that it's all calculated I've actually only got 342. Strange, I don't know what I'm doing something, I'm missing something horrendous, but in any case, there were about 28, well it's actually, it wouldn't be 28, it would have been like 37 discrepancies. About 37 discrepancies. And a lot of them were on like characters like Sasuke, like basically on the first scrolls worth of characters. That's where most of the discrepancy was. But in any case, what I think that might be is I'm pretty sure right at the start, the way I did it is I didn't do like each character in a matchup. I did like them all completely individually. So for like, you know, I would have done Pain versus Young Hinata, but then not done Young Hinata versus Pain straight after. And that fight might have got generated later on. But then it was only after that I said, actually no, we're not going to do that. But what that probably has meant is that there's been a lot of like characters where I've done single fights. So I think there's about 21 matchups where I've done one character but not the other, weirdly enough. Still again, I'm just like, I'm a bit skeptical of myself, whether I've actually filled things incorrectly. But in any case, the validation I'm going to do on a rainy day, starting on a rainy day, I'll take many rainy days to get through, but basically I'm going to go and I'm going to plot out, I'm going to be plotting out all the fights that I actually have done on stream and be able to work out if I've completely goofed. Interestingly enough, yeah, actually no, I won't go into too much detail, but essentially it's just been, yeah, there's been some discrepancies, but I believe I've resolved them, so the number at the top is like the definitive final number. which is fine. It's all good. And we continue. And we continue on. But yeah, so today I'm hoping to get down to or about 210 would be nice. At minimum, I only need to do about 115 fights. If I did 115 fights from today, the next day, and Thursday, I'll reach 0. I kind of want to... Obviously, the more I do, the less I have to do on other ones. And I kind of want the last stream not to be like a 3-hour extravaganza. Would very much be like the last day. Oh, sorry, that was the last day. Wanted to be like 8 fights, like an hour and a half's worth, basically. Maybe just under 2 hours worth. But in any case, that will come later. Well, that was awful. But yeah. But anyway. Long story short, we're at day 100. We're at the not penultimate, but like the trivoltimate one. I don't know if there's an actual name for it. Should probably find that out. Is there a name for like penultimate but not? Penultimate.
Battle begins.
Maybe I should type a day before penultimate on Google. Yeah, I'm on that day anyway. So tomorrow is going to be, I'll be streaming day 124, and then we have a couple of days gap, and then it will be day 125, dawn of the final day. Very, very exciting. And there also is actually going to be quite a number, especially in the last couple of days, of like just fights where I'm only doing one in a matchup, or like it's the character facing itself. There's actually quite a few of those.
It turned out just like I thought it would.
Day before, and I need to in between day before penultimate. I spent that. Oh, here we go. Here we are. Right. Fact, this is going to double up as a fact of the day. So, the day before a penultimate day is called an anti-penultimate. Anti-penultimate. 2 before the last. The one immediately before the penultimate in a series is anti-penultimate. Pre-anti-penultimate is like 4 days before, or the day before that one. Which I feel like those are just made up. I feel like that's made up. Like penultimate, then anti-penultimate, and then pre-anti-penultimate. I don't know, it feels like they're just tacking on prefixes onto that one. I don't buy it. But anyway, that's what the Google box says. So, you know, we believe the Google box. Pro anti-penultimate. What the hell? Oh, hell no. There's a fourth one. There's penultimate. Then there's anti-penultimate. Then there's pre-anti-penultimate. Now there's pro-pre-anti-penultimate. Goodness gracious.
Disappear.
Come on. Okay, we're already off to an awful start, can I just say. Hopefully this picks up. But I guess all of these fights will have to do it, having to be doing at some point. If I scroll down the list, I swear to God, if I see a Kankuro, I'm gonna have a meltdown. No, but I can see an Ukikata. I think the AI realizes just how much I was absolutely annihilating it yesterday, so it's trying to compensate for that, most likely. Or maybe not, maybe we're okay, maybe we're alright. Just needed just to sort of, you know, get into the groove of it for the first few ones. Beauty. Okay, I think we're in our groove. I think we're alright. Today we shouldn't have to do... Oh no, I can see a Kankuro, never mind. I thought we'd be alright. Bye. Yeah.
That's your grave.
Ow. Beauty. Okay. Think we're right. Think we're okay. Alrighty. Now we got Yukito, which, oh my goodness, the amount of Yukito fights we did yesterday was unbelievable. Oh, that was the other thing. Going through the spreadsheet. So we have completely finished 4 characters. We've completely finished Naruto 6 Paths. We've completely finished Hanabi. We've also unknowingly to me, completed Shino, adult Shino, and we've completed Yagura. And we are very close to finishing a few more. And I'm pretty sure today we're finishing, there'll be about 4 that we're finishing today. If not, it's either 4 or 6 that I know of definitely. Which is all very exciting. All very exciting indeed. Yeah, so we will never see a young Shino, no, not a young Shino, old Shino, Yagura, Hanabi, or Naruto 6 Paths any longer. I think we've got one more left for a couple of the Narutos. I think Naruto Toad we've actually got heaps. I think Hanzo, is it Hanzo? I'm pretty sure Hanzo's still the one we've actually done the least amount with. Ready? Gorgeous. Alright. There we go. No, not Young Shino. What am I on about? That's who I was talking about just before. Okay, yeah, so I think there's a few. I think one of the Naruto Rasen or whatever. They're like normal one. I think we've only got one of him. There's like one of, I think like young Tamari's only got one left. I think a lot of them have like two. So a lot of them with just two left. There's a few Sasuke that've got like three or four. And skadoosh. And I think Guy we must have not too many left as well. Actually no, Guy there's actually kind of still quite a few. But yeah, long story short, we're all looking bad. And also, I'm just thinking, I'm pretty sure I've done something wrong with the numbering, because if there's 333, basically there's 9 fights, 9 more fights technically I'd be doing on this list than I would be, otherwise with blank spaces on the spreadsheet. So there may be I've actually completely ballsed up the numbering and we do actually have only 333 fights to do. So that number, when I sort of go through again, probably at the end of tomorrow's, when I'm just doing the final one, that number might drop a little bit, like a teeny little bit. It'll only be dropping by 9 if anything. But if I realise, yes I have, once again, ballsed up the numbering, it'll drop down a little bit more.
Parasitic insects. Pupa. Wait. Brown scatter insects. Wait. Take this. Take this. Wait.
Oosh. Okay. So far, so good. The other thing we're just gonna need to be the beautiful irony. I was gonna say the beautiful irony of if I'd actually mucked up. Forgotten to do a fight when I'm going through these last ones, but no, should be okay. Should be fine. It kind of just doesn't feel real as well. That this long list of fights I've got on this spreadsheet is the last list. It really doesn't feel real. After so long, since I believe it was like May. It was either very, very, very end of April or May that I started this. Which I mean, I could actually probably have a look. Because there's like a website where you can see all your streams right back to the beginning of time. I'll be able to actually find out the exact date. I believe it was either April 29th. Something that April 29th is coming to mind. Fabulous. Okay, Sasuke, Tomonobuki, Sharingan, and Kabuto. It's also now officially the weather has actually decided to remember that it's, oh, I should be summer right about now. And lo and behold, it is now getting toasty. And my productiveness for today, me and the boy, we went out shopping. Well, we went out to the supermarket. We got some brioche hot dog rolls for our French toast because they didn't have any like loaf. So we made some lovely French toast this morning. It was fabulous. And then I started to get restless legs during the day. I went through, did all my sheet calculations, and then I got the restless legs, and then I ended up changing the bed sheets, replacing all the bed sheets and pillowcases and quilt cover with new summery ones. So now our bed feels clean and pretty fresh. And light, and I'm not wearing the big like fur, it's not really fur, it's like velvety suede lining of one of the quilt covers that we've got. So I replaced it with one that doesn't have that, so our bed feels a little bit lighter. Just in time for summer, because I don't know if it's because I've just eaten a whole pizza just before this. I was absolutely starving. I was like, screw it, screw calories for today, let's go get a whole pizza. Just ate the whole pizza, so I don't know if it's like, what is it, meat sweats, or like it's generally really toasty outside. It's one or the other anyway. But I'm like, oh good golly, even though I'm not like sweating particularly bad, I am reminded of why I despise summer. I hate getting sweaty and greasy. It just makes me feel so clammy and gross. And I'm like, bring back winter please. Can you just bring that back? That would be fair. Yeah, not also to mention, I've got the deadly combination of this room being north facing out that way, so it gets blasted by the sun during the day, and is an absolutely, I mean, it's toasty, it gets really toasty, which is great in winter when you need it, but it's not fun when it's summer, and then you can't sit in here because you're just getting absolutely just demolished by the heat. Also not helping myself and drink a cup of tea. So there's a lot of different factors going on. Lovely.
I haven't.
Yeah, so just an absolutely deadly combination at the moment. But it's alright. I will be fine. I will survive. Technically, your body in an attempt to cool down burns through more energy trying to cool yourself down, so burn off my pizza just by sitting here. Dash in, my dude, please. Come on.
Gentle fist.
Late. I've gotten a lot better. A lot better with getting ultimates off. I'd say, if anything, if I've gotten any better over the last 11,000 fights, it will be that getting ultimates to hit the characters that I struggle normally with. That'd probably be the main thing. Probably the only thing. And also just realizing that certain characters, you just gotta spam the same jutsu over and over. That's what you can do with them. We look at the Data, Tenten, Kankuro. Even then, can't really spam his jutsu because that's just as useless as he is. Yep. Okay, keeps going. Chakra dash in, thank you. Easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Six tails just for show.
And kasploosh. Lovely. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing else. That's about as productive as my day has been. What else? Yeah. Yesterday, this game I'm playing at the moment, Asterigos. It's actually so good. So it's this game, came out, I think it's only on PlayStation? No, I can't actually remember if it's only on PlayStation or not. Anyway, I'm playing it on PS5. It is actually so good. It's made by a Taiwanese studio. It's their only game as well. And I liken it to that Kana Bridge of Spirits game, which again was the first game by Amber Lab. I think they're making other ones. But anyway, so the game's only, the studio's only game. It is incredible. Incredibly well made. Obviously it lacks, there's a degree of polish that it doesn't have, but that's to be expected. That's fine. It's actually completely fine because it's already better than a lot of the stuff that gets put out today by bigger studios with far more resources. And it's just it's like a cozy Souls-like. What's that cozy? It's an easy Souls-like. So you just, you got your bonfires, you've got your no mini-map, side quests where they don't give you any indication where anything is. You've just got to hope that you listened, which I've got to get used to. And it's just really fun. It's actually really, really fun. And it looks great. There is some enemy variety-ish. I mean, then again, I'm only not particularly far. I'm only on second or third main mission anyway. But it's really, really good. And the other thing, good thing too, is because you've got 6 weapons to choose from. There's a sword and shield, there's a hammer, daggers, spear, staff, and these bracelets. you can pick, so you've got a main weapon and a secondary weapon. You can pick any combination of them that you want. So you can have any combination of them. You can swap them out as often as you want. You can swap them out in the middle of battle. It's great. And you can upgrade each. The only way you can really upgrade your weapons is just to increase their individual damage. So basically the daggers and the staff are my combo at the moment, and it is there bad. And then you can get like skills for each weapon and stuff, but then like there's nothing, you don't have to like, and then your armor is just purely cosmetic. And then you've got like trinkets or accessories, which you can equip up to 4 of those to do extra stuff. So you're not having to like micromanage your equipment in any items you pick up that are like excess items. Just go into a storage, and that's got infinite storage. So you're never worrying about missing, like getting overloaded with basically you don't have to micromanage your gear. Is essentially what I'm trying to say, which is a breath of fresh air, really. Combat's good. I've only died once, but that was because I accidentally jumped off a cliff. Then again, I do have it on the easiest difficulty. Here for a good time, not a hard time. And yeah. So if you ever see I think it's on Steam as well, actually. But if you ever see Asterigos and you're thinking of I would recommend it. Like, I'm only 6 hours maybe into the game, but I would highly recommend it just from those 6 hours. It's like one of those hidden gems. Yeah, but if you need a mini-map, then good luck. And also, you need help. Well, good luck, because resources on it are few and far between. Though I am going for the platinum, which I'll probably need about 2 or 3 playthroughs for. And then because there's heaps of lore stuff, the story's like interesting. There's like heaps of like books to pick up, and it's lots of dialogue. The story's intriguing. Yeah, it's just an all-around good time, and there are some voice actors that I recognise. And I can't for the life of it, because I haven't even looked it up. I should probably look it up and see where they're from. So there are voice actors that I recognise from it, and I can't for the life of me place where I'm knowing them from. And I feel like one of them's Naruto. I could be wrong, so I should probably look that up. Easy. And skadoosh. Lovely. So what do we got? Got a Chris Hackney. Why do I feel I know that name? Who was I just facing? This one. So what was he in? Oh, okay, so he's a Roro in Tears of the Kingdom. Interesting. So yeah, so they've got actual like voice actors who are in things. which is pretty good, which I like. Beauty. Right, Yamato and Hanzio.
Battle begins.
Yeah. Just and then for the kill. Okay. Okay, we're picking up the pace. We're going good. We are going good. So yeah, so anyway, long story short, this game is bad. Asterigos. I'm very looking forward to continuing playing it. And I like it. I love when, you know, when a studio with just, you know, it's their first game and it's a hit. And it's, you know, it works and it's a great game. I love it. And it's really interesting too, because it's like a weird anachronistic thing is too, because so like the game takes place in the city called FUFS, which is obviously Greco-Roman inspired. You know, everyone's like names like Minerva and Roxanne. You know, Argus Bazaar and the Phalanx and Decurions, and you know, it's Greco and Roman, which is fine. And then because I was like, how does that work? Like when I saw, you know, your main character's called Hilda, and she looks like Viking. I'm like, how the hell does that work? And so she and some other people are from a fishing village called Ambari, and they've come to FUFS to try and work out because their king's been poisoned or something, and by an Ephesian relic, so they're trying to work out what's going on. But anyway, so the world's like very you know, mythologically inspired. Then you find out that FUFS has kind of been like this curse that's afflicted them has actually been there for like 1,000 years, and you know, for reasons I won't go into, you know, people there are kind of like immortal, so they've been sort of stuck living in this place for 1,000 years. So you're like, oh, okay. And then on some of like the recordings, and so you can find like sort of like ghost recording kind of things. And some, you know, some of them are from recent times, like, you know, say like a week ago, or this recording was from 3 months ago or whatever. And some was like 1,000 years ago. And then like the time, like the year that it was 1,000 years ago was like 1099 or 1231 or something. So I'm like, and then because I found there was a note that I found, and it was dated like the year 2346, and I'm like, wait, sorry, what? 2346? What? What? And then I'm like, hang on, is this meant to take place nowadays? And it's really weird, like it's strange because like it's obviously not Earth, I'm guessing it's not Earth. You know, magic exists, and like magical technology exists. And then it's weird because there's one conversation where they talk about one of like the Ephesian Smiths that you talk to talks about how, you know, back in the day they used to have street lamps, fridges, like they don't call them fridges, but you know, storage devices that can stop food from going spoiled, you know, robots that can do things for you and stuff like that. And I'm like, hang on, so we're talking about like modern day appliances. And then I'm just like, I had this weird like, hang on, is this Earth as we would know it? And like in the future, it's like one of those classic cases of in the future technology, like, you know, when civilization collapses, and people, technology reverts back to how it was, you know, in 1066. So one of those. But at the same time, I'm like, no, because then, you know, the Ephesians were talking about when they had technology back in the day. They were talking about having like fridges in 1066. It's like, oh no, it's not quite that either. It's just, yeah, it's bizarre. It's cool, but it's just, it just feels so anachronistic. It kind of takes you out just a little bit. Yeah, but in any case, it's still a fabulous game. Yeah, and I kind of like after my stream, I don't want to kick the boy off the TV, so I can go and play it again. Potentially.
Battle begins. Burn away.
Gorgeous. Easy peasy. Alright. Tsuchikage and Yangara. Oh, building up a nice buffer. So when I start hitting the fights with characters I absolutely despise, it's okay if they take a little bit longer. Although we've got quite a few Sasuke's to get through. So we've got a lot of fireballs. A lot of fireballs coming. Lovely. Yeah, I might actually potentially kick the boy off. But we'll see. We'll see.
Battle begins.
Excuse me.
This is the end.
Yeah, so other than that, I guess there's nothing else really of note to in terms of at least games I'm playing. So what's it, November? So almost halfway. Geez, almost halfway through November. And there are a few games that I want to finish. I'll try and finish Final Fantasy 4 after years. Although I'll probably, nah, actually, no, this month I probably won't finish too many games. I'll try and finish one, I guess. Maybe Trials of Sky 3rd. I'll try and finish that. That'll be my goal. Oh my goodness, Kanohamaru, do you want to stop being a punk? Oh my goodness, there we go. Actually, no, now that I think about it. Oh my goodness gracious. That was atrocious. That was absolutely atrocious, but it's alright. We have that buffer there, so we're still good. Still good.
Battle begins.
Controls for some reason need an update. Okay. Right, that was awful. But we continue. Okay, Minato times 2. Minato times 2. Which takes us down to, after this, 302. Which is still bad. And I feel that the AI is slowly starting to pick up. Which isn't bad, but there. Oh, hello! Planning events are so tiring. Oh goodness, is that your is that like your for your 12-hour stream? And welcome in, by the way. Oh, Overwatch community game night. Oh yeah, how is that? How are you planning on running that? Is that just like, does that kind of work where people jump into, like, you can create lobbies that people can jump into if they've got the code? Like, how does that kind of, yeah. What is the planning in that one? Ah, got you. Okay. Lobbies for console and PC. Then you just play. Because in terms of the because would you kind of do it similar to how you did the other game night, where people can just sort of like just come in if they want, or are you kind of planning on having things set a little bit, so things more set up beforehand, so you know who's playing and when, that kind of thing. Yeah. Oh, come on. Lovely. So come and join the lobby, swap teams after every match. Ah, okie doke. Don't know how many people. Oh, I'm sure there will be some. I mean, Overwatch will be just from the nature of it being Overwatch. I think you might actually find that you've got more than you realize. Well, at least that's in my perception, at least. I just know a lot of people that play Overwatch, so it kind of seems like it be. Kind of feels like what's one of those things that everyone plays. Coming from someone who used to play the first Overwatch, not very well at all, but I did play it for a couple of months, and then I'm like, yeah, this is why I don't play rape stuff.
Battle begins.
But my strategy was okay. It's like, then play some Zenyatta. Okay, that's not working. Let's try some Pharah. Okay, this is alright. And then I just went through a whole string of doing her like ultimate and missing like every single time, doing like bugger all damage. And then I'm like, well, everyone loves Widowmaker, so I'll give her a shot. And then Torbjorn became my last one because my turret placement, I must say, was pretty on point, on fleek. But then when that dried up eventually, when my turret placement stopped being on fleek consistently, then I'm like, Anyway, I've got a lot of Xbox 360 games to get through. I'll just get through those instead. But yeah. We're gonna get such modesty, Bull. Such modesty.
So drab.
Here I come. Here I come.
46.
Battle begins.
Ooh.
Shikigami dance. Disappear. Disappear. Here I come. Disappear. Here I come. Lost. Naive.
Lovely.
This victory.
I was trying to think, like, 'cause, so like, in terms of like ranked things or like games that I think I'm passable at, I guess. Like, there's only a handful that I've actually done any, like, had a go at doing ranked stuff. So League of Legends, that was a hard no. It's just, like, from match 1. That was just, I did not belong there. So that is Stop League. And then I had, you know, I think I played Overwatch for a little bit, and I'm like, you know, I've got play the match once, I think, which was okay. And then, what else? And then that eventually was like, oh no. And then I tried Ultimate Ninja Storm 2, because there was some, there was an achievement tied to winning some online battles. So, you know, I did that to get the achievement, and then I'm like, okay, well, I'm okay with some people, but most of them I'm like, oh no. There's a reason why I'm good at playing the computer and nothing else. So then that was the end of that, and then I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I played online. Not really. I would say Final Fantasy 14, but, you know, well, I suppose the PvP I've done, but oh my goodness, I had no idea what the hell I was doing on that one. That was a hard, like, oh, no, it's okay, I'll just, hopefully there's no, like, really cool armors that you have to do PvP for, because there's no way in hell I'm getting those. So that was the end of that. What else was there been? Pretty sure that's it. And I can't think of any game that I would be able to even have a fair go at winning a match. Or like even like single player games, like if there was an online component of it, I would be okay, but yeah. Maybe they'll actually, if there was a puzzle game, maybe. Maybe there's like a puzzle game component. Maybe Picross 3D. I'm pretty good at that one. Actually, no, I lie. I'm good at it, but it takes me a hell of a long time to do. So maybe not. Actually, that's not a bad thought. Is there a puzzle game? No, because always the thing with games is that You play it, you love it, you're like, oh, I'm not too shabby at this. This is actually amazing. You could be like absolutely brilliant at a game, and there'll always be someone in the world who just has this inhuman level of skill on this particular game that just puts you to shame, and you wonder why you ever thought you were good at the first place. Or yeah, even thought you were passable, because clearly next to this god you are but a mere mortal, not fit to walk in Mount Olympus kind of thing. But then I always need to think, these people probably play these games for hundreds and thousands of hours. Like, I thought I played Final Fantasy 14 for a long time. That's something I think I'm about 3,000 so far on that one. Where there's people who've sunk like 10,000 hours into it. So it's like, yeah. It would only make sense for them to be better. Can we get a fireball jutsu in fuzz? There we go. I can get one more. There we are. Lovely. Jubbly. Alright, after this fight coming up with Tsunade, I will run a ad. So just to be mindful of. We're already 52 fights in, dang. Gorgeous. Fabulous. Okay, I will run a super quick, super-dupery quick 3-min ad, and I will return for those it applies to, and for the rest of us, we continue. We carry on. We march on like the never-ending crawl of time. Speaking of time, I was going to suddenly start talking about Loki Season 2, which I have not seen, but I've only just read a plot synopsis of the last episode. But that if anyone is even remotely interested, I will not say anything for spoilers. But I've just been sort of listening to people, internet personalities I like, talk about, you know, recent movies and TV shows, namely of the Marvel kind, and just how it's all just gone to the absolute gutter, which is really, really sad, because not even 5 years ago, 5 years ago? 4 years ago? 5 years ago. 4 years ago. Yeah. Me and the boy, and one of my best friends, in the cinema watching Avengers Endgame in IMAX, opening night in New Zealand, and me bawling my eyes out just from the emotional weight of everything, of all these payoffs, of this franchise that I loved coming to the conclusion. Oh my goodness, everyone in that theatre, literally every single person except the boy, was bawling their eyes out at the end of that film. And the boy was just like looking around going like, what the hell? Like, everyone's crying, like what the hell's going on? But anyway, long story short, I sold my soul to the MCU back in those days, and now couldn't care less. Don't even give a flying F what happens in any of the things, which is sad, and it's really sad that it's gotten to that point. But it is what it is. All good things must come to an end. It's just the way that it's all gone out is sad. But such is the way of the world. And it just goes to show also what happens when you plan a movie franchise and you don't have a plan about how each film contributes to the whole. Like the MCU, from Iron Man to Endgame, was so meticulously and methodically planned out. Every single film had a purpose in it being there. And ever since, everything that they've put out gives the illusion that it has a purpose, but it doesn't. And you can see what an utter shambles it becomes when that's the case. Oh, and I also just realised I need to update the list. And after this, because we're down to 286 after this one. Getting through way more fights. Like, way more fights than I was expecting. Fabulous. Alrighty. Okay, update the list. 286. Glorious. Toad and Suigetsu. Do two of these. Lovely. And skadoosh. Easy peasy. Suigetsu. That one. Yeah, so it's just like, because I've noticed, and my dad's just like, oh, why? Like, what's happened? Because nowadays when people ask me like, oh, what movies are you watching and what TV shows are you watching? It's like, nothing. I can't remember the last film I went to the... In fact, I do know what the last film I went to the cinema for was. Top Gun Maverick. And that was because for my dad's birthday last year we went to go watch it. Because he really wanted to watch it. I actually had a really good time. It was really enjoyable. That was the last time I went to the cinema. That was last year in June. So, almost like a year and a half ago. And it's because, like, it's just, I've got zero, it's like the motivation to is like completely gone. And I don't know if it's just because I prefer to play video games, or just I'm just really not at all interested in the kind of stories they have to tell anymore. It's one of the two anyway. Ash, hello! How's it going? And welcome in. How has your day been? Actually, no, because it's very early morning for you. I know, isn't it? It's about midnight or something, isn't it?
So drab.
Or maybe 1 o'clock, one of the two. How was your Saturday? Oh no!
So drab.
How did he find out? How did he find out, and where were you up to when he found out?
Has been decided. Now it ends.
Right. This'll.
Battle begins. Let me end this now.
Excuse me. Which also reminds me, speaking of Final Fantasy 7, because the Golden Joystick Awards is going on, well, it's going on, it's been, what's it, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth won best, or most wanted or most anticipated game, and Ben Starr won best performance, or best lead performer as Clive, deserved. Final Fantasy 16 won best audio, deserved. Baldur's Gate 3 won best game, won Ultimate Game of the Year, and I haven't played it, but yet I say deserved. It dropped me off. I started by looking at your shipments. Oh, you work at a library. Oh, that's right. That's right. I think I've had that information told to me once before. Anyway, yeah. Look at the shipments got. See one you got that we're getting. Maybe that Michael would want it. Oh, okay. Okay. I'll see if I can. I'm sure I'll be able to get it. I'll hand in my I'll hand in my friend card if I don't get it. we are absolutely flying through these, which is always great. And we're coming up to some Kankuros. Oh my goodness, I can see on the list like 3 Kankuros. It's giving me anxiety.
Battle begins. It's over. Absolute fang. See ya. Let's go, Akamaru.
Too slow.
Got it. Let's go.
Oh, come on. There we go. Oh my goodness gracious. We're gonna do Fireball and we're gonna do Keeper.
Battle begins.
Okay.
Go.
This is for you.
I'm trying to like Keeper, there's like a particular way. There must be something with this moveset that I'm missing because he's so incredibly infuriating to play as. Because as soon as Akamaru goes down, that's like his whole moveset done. Like you just can't do anything. Here we go. Oh, here we go. What's this?
If you let yourself be swayed by a fleeting emotion, you fail.
Oh. I'm pretty sure he might want the essential know-how for the gardening tips. Or maybe that Metal Gear Solid Omnibus, that looks cool. That looks really nice. Oh, and it's a graphic novel as well, even better. He would love it. Absolutely love it.
Battle begins.
And do you get to like, so that's, I'm guessing there's like a library system. Like a library system. Like, do you get to like do like data entry into that and like enter stuff into the catalog, or does it get like automatically populating? Because that's cool. Like I'm like data entry for a lot of people is like an extremely tedious and monotonous job. I would fucking love it. I would love data entry so much. There's something just so something just so calming about it. But anyway, that's a complete aside. I would absolutely, my dream job would be to work for like the mega library and just do data entry on their whole catalogue. Oh, like, do you want that sorted alphabetically, but you also don't want me to click a sort button, so you've got me to type it out all out alphabetically manually? Oh, sign me up. Lock me in here overnight if you want. I'll have it all done by the morning. Just oh my goodness. I love it. I love it. Let's put it there. Ah. So like, so when like when a shipment comes in, you're just like, ooh, that looks a bit nice. You can basically just, because you're still like, you're still checking it out, so you're not purchasing or anything. You're just like, ooh, I'll just, you know, intercept that before it hits the shelf. Be like, go to put it on the shelf and be like, ooh, maybe not. I'll just take it over and check it out myself. And is it like, is there a minimum length of time? Oh, sorry, not a minimum, maximum length of time that you can have a book out like that? Like, is it like you can only have it out for like a maximum of 3 weeks or something?
Battle begins.
Tradition, come on, Naruto, I want to, here we are. There we go, lovely.
Has been decided.
Oh, so you got first dibs and stuff. Oh, that's cool. Depends on what it is, since we also allow you to check out DVDs and get. Oh,
Battle begins.
nice. And that must be cool. That must be cool to have the first dibs on things, especially if there's like a really cool book that you just know will always be checked out because it's so amazing that you're gonna want to always check it out. And then, you know, at least then you can get that first dibs on it. That's good. I like that. Go. So it's 2 weeks. You can keep checking out for up to a month. Ah, okay. I like that. So you can like, you adjust based on the popularity. I like that. That's a good system, I think. There's been there was a book at the city I used to live. In the library there was a book, and I'm just trying to think which one it was. I'm trying to think what book it was. It was something like, it was something like a history of anime, or no? Is there like one of those like history of something, and it was about some artwork, some art style. But anyway, it was always checked out. It took me something like 7 months of constantly going back in to eventually get it. Yeah. Forgot he was going, oh no, he came to grab the book and saw you. Oh no. And he's like, what you doing? And you're just like, nothing. I'm watching a let's play of it, and I'm just clicking the keys to pretend I'm playing it, because, you know, because why not? be the end of that one. Get ready to head to Junon. Oh, you're at Junon Harbor. Oh no, and you let him in and completely forgot that your playthrough, that your thing was still on the computer. Oh no. Gains it then did a quick save.
Has been decided.
Oh no! Oh my goodness! Of course, for some reason I'm just like, wait, you're on the PC, but I'm like, no, what am I saying? It's on PlayStation. The bliss.
I'll end it here. I'll end it here.
And then he's like, I wonder what's on the news. Ba-bing. You're just like, yeah. Just like in slow motion. Oh no. Oh dear. And there's just like, for some reason I could just imagine this like the SpongeBob episode where like Squidward's eating the Krabby Patties, and then the SpongeBob does that face. He's like, "You're playing Final Fantasy VII, aren't you, Ashley?" You're like, "What? No, no." What did Michael say when Jabba? It's alright. Everyone's got. It's the thing. What I find, especially with those older school RPGs, JRPGs. Everyone thinks that they've got the best way of playing, so it's alright. I mean, my strategy is the strategy I apply to everything. Every single game is the Pokemon I call it the Pokemon strategy. I call it, when I'm playing Pokemon, the only moves my Pokemon ever know are damage dealing ones. I'm not here for stat boosts, I'm not here for anything. I'm here for nothing other than deal damage quickly, deal damage fast, and that applies to like every game. So if there's an RPG and there's like an accessory or an armor or something that gives me like defense, I'm like, ooh, no. Give me attack stat, attack and magic damage, and I apply that to everything. So my, like, if you'd seen my stats by the end of Final Fantasy 7 or 8 or 9 or 6 or 5 or 4 or 3 or 2 or 1, it would have been that strategy applied, and the fact that I've managed to even get as far as I did is a miracle. So you're good. And Michael Rich, welcome in. Welcome in. We were just discussing your the Final Fantasy 7 revelation that you have recently had, or not revelation, reveal. The movie-esque plot twist. I don't really know what to call it. Ash, you'd probably have a better name for it. Oh my god, excuse me.
Battle begins.
I'm sick of looking at you.
Oh my god, we were just Ashley was just giving the story of how you found out the secret. It was very like a movie, I must say, and I kind of like with you guys have like the best stories, like genuinely the best stories ever. Cause it's like the classic movie scene of, you know, something's on the TV and someone comes in and you don't want them to know about it, and then it's just like you're like looking at the TV and looking at them, then looking at the remote, and then looking at the TV and then looking at the remote, and then you're like, please, 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 please.
Stop resisting.
Has been decided.
To accept this.
Aerith was basically Sakura to its heel. Hey, that's offensive to Aerith. She is so much better than Sakura. Even if she is just healing, she's still better than Sakura ever could be. Oh, speaking of actually, I've probably asked this question before, and my apologies if I'm just can't remember. In terms of the OG Final Fantasy story, like OG Final Fantasy 7 story, should I say, story in the OG game, do you know any like spoilers or any like big plot points like beforehand? Or are you going in like completely blind? You've got zero idea what happens in the story. I feel like I've asked this before, but I can't quite remember. Okay, just one double check. I feel like I have asked you, but yeah, okay, just one double check. Yeah, there's an even bigger plot twist that that I don't want to talk about. Because so when I played Final Fantasy 7 for the first time, which was about 6 years ago, no, 7 years ago, it was about 2016. I knew like who Cloud and Vincent and Barrett and Sephiroth, all them were, ish. I had seen Advent Children because my dad rented it out once. Just so he's like, oh, this looks like an anime movie. Oh, look, it's got Final Fantasy on it. You like Final Fantasy 10? You have watched this? So I kind of like, I knew what happened in Advent Children. I had zero context for anything. I've got no fucking clue what's happening. And so I knew that, the whole thing with Aerith, so that wasn't a surprise. And so I had like a passing knowledge, I guess, of stuff. But this particular plot point, I had zero knowledge about. Like, zero knowledge. And like, actually I had, like, all the other games in the compilation, like Dirge of Cerberus and Crisis Core and all them, like I knew who was in those games and, again, had knowledge of characters and general stuff. But yeah, this particular one was so well, I would say so well disguised. And it was definitely a shock. Was it a shock? No, it was interesting. Just follow a guide. Basically, just trying to think without spoiling anything. When you get to a place that looks like a every building is a seashell, then unequip Aerith. And I'm sure the guide will probably tell you, but yeah, you'll get to a place where like all the buildings are like giant conch shells, and it's very blue and green and turquoise and gloopy. Yeah.
Why did you choose?
Alright,
Battle begins.
feel like I feel like something's gone horrendously wrong. Although not really. Something's gone like horrendously wrong because I'm like almost like 20 fights ahead of schedule in a way. Ish. Well, I'll be like 15 fights ahead of schedule. That's right, yeah, the differences. And there's also, they've done a really good job of integrating a lot of things quite naturally that people don't realize are like quite naturally, that realizing that they're actually from the compilation. Like whatchamacallit, in Don Corneo's mansion in the remake, there's that guy Leslie, whose fiance or whatever became a Don girl. Turns out he's him and Kyrie and what's the grandma's name? Not Mal, the one with the backpack. Some of them M anyway. They're all from a novel called The Kids Are Right, which is about a guy called Evan Townsend, who is one of President Shinra's brother to another mother kind of child situation. To his secretary, President Shinra and his secretary have a kid, and that's have this guy Evan Townsend, but it's all related to like Advent Children, and it's post FF7, I'm pretty sure. But like this Leslie and Kitty and all them are actually originally from that book, so they're like they're pulling everything into a remake. Like there's a bit whatchamacallit, a bit in when you go into the Shinra building, and there's like a Shinra there's a Shinra soldier who's all like, oh my god, Cloud, what up? Oh my goodness, you're back. I've got to go and tell Kutzel that you're here. And then Cloud's like, oh no, it's okay, it's alright. And then I'm like, it's Kutzel. And then I played Crisis Core and realized Kutzel is a fellow Shinra soldier, who's like your best bud. He sends you like mail and stuff. So it's like just everything. It's great. Oh, and Ash, wait till you reach the final boss and you hear One Winged Angel start playing. It's great. Like, One Winged Angel is fantastic on its own, but when you kind of like hearing it as you're playing the game, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's just somehow like infinitely better. Remake. Yep. Avalanche does get way more. There's a lot of theories and speculation as to why that's the case. Some just say, oh, it's just, when you've got an entire game set in Midgar or Da, of course you're gonna have like Jesse and Biggs and all them have more, you know, screen time, more character development. But it's like, but also at the same time, there's a lot of theories that like Jesse's gonna turn up, like an alternate version of her or something is gonna turn up in the gold saucer. There's actually Avalanche. People reckon they're actually going to be doing a hell of a lot more with them just generally, because there was a mobile game only ever released in Japan, I believe. Could be wrong on that, but English translations do exist. There's a, and it was called, I want to say Before Crisis. So it's like the first chronologically, I think. But anyway, it's called Before Crisis. And it was revealed in that game, and I've never actually found anything online to corroborate this. This is purely someone, when I was watching this 2.5 hour spoiler discussion about Remake, they mentioned this. They said apparently in that Before Crisis game, it's revealed that the person who's funding Avalanche is none other than Rufus Shinra. And it's never like mentioned or thing anywhere else. And so are they gonna, is that gonna be part of this continuity as well? And they're actually that's gonna become a plot point. Who knows? Everyone's got zero idea what they're planning. Whatever it is, I mean, no one was expecting segways on Costa del Sol, but here we are. We're going to be having segways on Costa del Sol in Rebirth, and it's just fabulous. It's just amazing. I was hoping there'd be a dance. No, Ashley, instead in the Honeybee Inn, you just spy into rooms where some questionable things may be going on behind closed doors in the Honeybee Inn. It's a heavy subtext that it's something else than just a little club. Which is why I was so incredibly pleasantly surprised that they did what they did in Remake. I loved that dance thing. Like, I actually genuinely loved it. And then because the other big controversy as well was going to be, oh my god, what are they going to do with Cloud cross-dressing? Are they going to take it out? Are they still going to have it? And they did that. Handled that in the best possible way. I'm just like, Remake was just incredible from start to finish. But yeah. So then the different, But with Avalanche, the other theory too is that, well actually no, so in the actual lore, Barrett and Tifa's Avalanche cell are actually one of many Avalanche cells. So Avalanche is like a huge organization, and Barrett and them are only just one small part of that technically. It's not particularly made obvious in the original, which is that, but anyway. But Barrett and them are kind of seen as the extremists, and the other Avalanche people are far more like militaristic and far more organized than Barrett and Co are. So there could be a chance, and I think in the Yuffie DLC for Remake, we see other Avalanche members and another Avalanche cell as well. So they're going to be doing a lot more with Avalanche in the Remake trilogy. It's all going to have to do it's all going to be mixed up with Rufus, it's going to be mixed up with Wutai, it's just going to be a whole bunch of stuff. Do now Kakuzu and Hanzo. The other thing too that I love about remake as well is, and I do think it's because of just the fact that it's, you know, we can do a lot more with graphics and animation now, but they just like characters like Don Corneo and President Shinra and all them, like they make villains feel so much more icky and evil and just everything. Like Don Corneo and Hojo just like get elevated to a new level of creepiness, and Shinra gets elevated to a new level of just raw evilness than you ever would have been able to do animation wise in the original. So like I've loved that it's able to do that as well. I'm hoping it's the remake to keep up with the build. They are. I believe that is the first, I think that's the tutorial of the next game, is that bit where you play as Sephiroth, and it is confirmed, much to everyone's delight, that you can actually play as Sephiroth yourself in that. It's not like you can only play as Cloud and Sephiroth's just your support. Like, no, you can play as Sephiroth for the first time outside of like a spin-off Dissidia game or whatever. It is confirmed Sephiroth is playable, at least just for the tutorial. At least just for that. I mean, I can't think of... Yeah. I think they've done an absolutely brilliant thing. A lot of people really... There's a lot of people that don't like what they've done with the remake stuff. They want it to be a one-to-one copy. But it's exciting to say that, like, those who have played the original, I can tell you, where the characters are going to go, like physically, like, oh yeah, they're going to go to the Gold Saucer, and they're going to go to Cosmo Canyon, and they're going to go to Costa del Sol, and they're going to go to, City of the Ancients, all that sort of thing. But I can't tell you what's going to happen. Like, I could tell you, oh yeah, there'll be the bit with the dolphin and Junon. There'll be that, because that's been shown in the trailers. Like, there'll be, like, sequences will be there, but I can't tell you where the story's gonna go. Like, and that's exciting to me. Like, is a boss fight, there's a boss fight on the way to Costa del Sol. Is it gonna happen the same way? Is it gonna happen at all? Is it even gonna be the same boss? We can't say that. I can't say it, and that's exciting. Like, and that is exciting. Yeah. I'm glad that they didn't do a one-to-one remake. I'm so genuinely glad they didn't. It's a good introduction. It is. And I think they've intended as well, I'm pretty sure they've even said that they don't want you to need to have played the original. Like, they've kind of intended, like, the boy can pick up the remake trilogy and play it from end to end and enjoy it for what it is, rather than feel like he needs to have played the original. Even though, like, playing the original does, in my opinion, make the whole thing a lot better. I do think you get more value out of it when you have played the original. That's why I'll always strongly recommend it. But they have kind of intended, remake can be someone's first Final Fantasy VII. And that's fine, and that's all good.
It isn't a good idea to come near my puppet.
The victor has been decided.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This is my puppet.
yeah. I can't wait till Nibelheim. I can't wait till City of the Ancients. Forgotten City. Northern Crater.
Battle begins.
This is for you. This is for you. This is for you. This is for you.
Yeah.
This is for you. Okay, let's go. This is for you. Okay, take that.
That's right, yeah. And cause you go to Nibelheim twice, don't you? Go to it the first time and I'm pretty sure you come back. Cause isn't it, there's two revelations in Nibelheim. There's the one that gives the backstory, and then there's the other, well I guess it's not really a revelation I suppose, it's just like a minor detail about, the people in Nibelheim I guess.
Sing it to the beat of the killer beat.
Hmm. Oh, and Ash, another tip, pro tip, if you don't know already, is there are I was going to say chakra combinations, not chakra, wrong franchise. There are materia combinations that the game doesn't necessarily tell you exist. So like if you put a elemental materia on your and in the like when you've got like armor and weapon slots where like the two materia slots are like joined up together, you can do combinations. So if there's like on your sword where you've got like a little linked two slots, you put the elemental and you put the blizzard or ice, I think it's ice, isn't it, materia on there. Boom, you've now got ice elemental damage on your sword, and every attack does ice damage. Similarly, if you put elemental and poison, there's a chance to poison enemies with a hit on your weapon. That even extends to summons in the sense that on your sword, if you put elemental and titan, you've got earth damage, or maybe a better one, elemental and Ifrit. You've got fire damage on your sword. So even the summons and their elemental affinities like works as well. And then you're like, oh, does that apply to armor? Well, you sure darn diddly right it can. If you then put like elemental and Ifrit on your armor join slot, you've now got resistance to fire on that particular item, armor piece. And if you end up getting the materia Hades, or the summon materia Hades, because he's like death aspected, you've now got resistance to like to death and instant KO spells. It's like, it's mental. And then there's stuff like, there's like a 2 times cut and a 4 times cut or whatever. Combine them together, you've now got 8 times cut. Yeah, there's materia combinations out the wazoo. It's great. Oh, the guide? Oh, the guide did get you to? Nice, good. It's a good guide then. The guide will probably also get you to do a very grindy mini game side quest involving chocobo breeding. It will be very tedious and long, but it is very recommended that you do it because you get the ultimate materia at the end of the game. All of it is to breed a black chocobo that can run across ocean, or a golden chocobo. I'm sure for some reason I think it's a black, I think it's a golden chocobo, that can run across the ocean to get to a specific cave on the corner of the map that has the ultimate summon materia. And what a summon materia it is. To the point where this particular summon materia is so OP that the game is coded in the last, like, you know, as all good JRPGs have, there's, you know, like, it's not like just the final boss, it's like final bosses. There's like three bosses, I think. Not 2 in a row and 1 just before. But anyway, the game's coded that if you use this particular summon materia on like the first of those bosses and the second of those bosses, it actually, like, the game checks, or like it hits a flag and the game's be like, oh, you have the materia and you want to, and you're willing to use it, so we're just gonna like buff up the boss's HP by like 2 million points just to compensate. Like, the game's coded to compensate for the fact that you've got this materia. It's that OP. Yeah, but it's great. And my hope, my absolute hope on hope, is that, and there's a guy on YouTube, Maximilian Dude, he's the world's most ultimate 7 fanboy. He wants, and I reckon there's a really good chance of it, that this particular summon materia, like, you actually have to get it as part of the story. Like, it would actually be like really cool if like there was a whole story quest to get this particular materia. Lordy, there we go. Okay, right, after this fight with Tamari, I'm gonna update the list and run the last ad for today. So that's coming up very shortly.
Battle begins.
This is the remaster gives her equal time with Aerith and Tifa. You're saying, oh, that's actually a really good point. I didn't actually know. I didn't actually realise that. Now that you say it, they do, don't they? I wonder if that's because the game knows that. Like, of course the game would know. But I think if that's just like a symptom of you know, knowing that what's that? Aerith's not gonna exactly be around for too long. Come on. Bloody ridiculous. There we go.
Out of my flunky.
Right. Gonna run a super quick ad. We'll return shortly. And I'll also update the list down to 239. Okay. Run that, and now we're down to 239. Fabulous. Alrighty, let me continue. Go that one.
Battle begins.
What happened?
Battle begins.
This is going to hurt.
Has been decided.
Can't be death by
Please tell me I've got no more Utagatas for the rest of today. I think I might not, which is good. The first is the mayor's password. Oh yeah, mayor's. No, I can completely understand the mayor's password, but that's awful, that one. And yeah, motorcycle chase is brutal. So they have two very understandable ones. And the other the beauty of having the guides as well. The following guide is the bit where you're like, you have to climb up the wall when you're like deciding that you're going to storm Shinra thing, and you're climbing up the wall, and there's like a bit where you have to put a battery in. The amount of people that forget about the battery and then wonder why they can't progress, and then you've got to climb all the way back down. Got to climb all the way back down and find this bloody battery, and then climb all the way back up again. That's apparently a bit that frustrates the hell out of a lot of people. But if you've got if you have a guide, you never have to worry. I also finished the Danzo fight. We learned about Izanagi. That's right. The one where you can like bend reality for a short amount of time, Sharingan users can do it for a hell of a long, like natural Sharingan users can, but that's why Danzo needs all of the Sharingan on his arm so we can extend it up to like 10 minutes or something. That's right. And then Sasuke's like, neck minute. Sasuke just says, well, anyway, about that. And just proceeds to kill him anyway. Love it. Surprisingly quiet. It could have been just like super intensely like paying so much attention that it's just, you know when you're just so like absorbed in something that you just like forget to talk. It could be that.
Battle begins.
What are you aiming right here?
Give the writers for Orochimaru pain and 3 Akatsuki members don't have the intestines like for those you did. So yeah, fair. He is just, he's irredeemable. At least Orochimaru has a weird, really strange I hesitate to say charisma, but I can't think of a better word. But like, not that Orochimaru is likable, but like it's just, you can kind of see how you would like him. But yeah, Danzo, no way. If someone says, oh, Danzo's my favorite character, you're like, you lying. I'm very, very sorry, but you know, we don't tolerate lies here. There's no way you like Danzo. Cool BS on the Renegade Susanoo. Which reminds me, Michael Rich, I don't know how up to date you are with Boruto, but because I will be very careful what I say because I don't want to spoil anything if Ash you decide to go into Boruto, but because I haven't been keeping up to date with it really. So I was reading last night about I was reading like one of those like, I don't know, articles where they put zero effort into anything. But anyway, so I was reading about a character, or there's another like eye jutsu that gets introduced in Boruto, which has the most BS ability I've ever read about, to the point it's kind of like to the point where it's kind of like, you know when like you're a writer and you have to keep escalating things higher and higher, and then you kind of reach the singularity point where you have things that are so OP there's no way that anyone could ever counter it at all. I feel like they've now got that in Boruto. Like, there's something that makes the Sharingan and the Rinnegan look like baby toys. Makes them look like nothing. It's like, it's kind of, I was just kind of reading it and I'm like, well, there you go. Like, if a villain had that, which I'm not actually sure of, because there's a character that does, and I'm not sure if she, because she did something, and I don't know if it was for villainous reasons or not, but like, if a villain had it, that's it. Like, you can't beat them. Like, they've won. Like, there's literally, I can't think of anything that could, yeah, it's just, but anyway, but we're not in Boruto at the moment, we're still in Naruto Shippuden, so yeah, Ash, you like, the Sharingan is just OP, yeah, and you still haven't seen everything it can do. This, like, I always think about moments like that where, you know, in, like, I don't know, Naruto, Bleach, Elder Scrolls, Game of Thrones, you know, insert, you know, magic-filled land here. You know, because you're always upping the stakes, you're constantly having to up the stakes, you know, you've got to put season out after season, you can't ever end, so you keep upping and upping and upping, and then suddenly, you know, you're going from fighting two guys on a bridge in the near the Hidden Mist village, fighting two guys who are opposing bridge development, to suddenly you're fighting like Akatsuki members who can level an entire village with one move, and then, you know, where do you keep going from there? And you've got to keep going higher and higher and higher and higher and higher, and you have to you reach a point where, like, I've defeated the god of the universe plus the god of the multiverses and the god that made the gods, and I've done all that. Like, where do you go? Like, where do you go? You have to stop. Like, you can't keep pushing it, or else it just gets ridiculous, and suddenly, like, Naruto can just, like, click his fingers and the whole planet explodes. It's like, what do you do? And I always think that as a creative, would you start, like, do they see that point coming, like, far sooner than it does, and they're just, like, trying to scramble to figure out how do I, like, delay that from happening while also making sure that, you know, we're keeping the stakes high enough. As a Dragon Ball fan, I can safely say that problem's been solved. So have they just reset the universe?
Battle begins.
Over here.
I can safely lie my way around the Dragon Ball conversation. I like that phrase.
How about this? How about this? Whoops.
Decided.
Perfect.
You know, I watched Dragon Ball Z and a little bit of Dragon Ball GT and a little bit of something else, but yeah, I haven't. I know that films and things exist, but and there's like a random like purple cat Egyptian dude. Yeah, that's about the extent of my knowledge at the moment. Yeah, but no, Ash, I'm with you. I can lie my way around it quite well. Gorgeous. Chochi. And so 342 take away 226. So that's 336. And about 116. Or rather, what do you need to add to 226 to get it to 342? Gotta add 16. I'm taking the Sharingan to go create universes with this thing. Oh no, spoilers! Can't tell her that it can create universes. Just kidding, it can't. At least as far as I'm aware it can't. Unless something's been revealed to Boruto, but yeah. Wouldn't be surprised at this point. So was this? It was. Yes. And I was thinking from a utility in the real world. Like having the Shadow Clone Jutsu, I mean, your life would just exponentially get better. Because you'd be able to get everything done. It's like, you would be able to get everything you needed done while still having max relaxation time. Like it's both the most productive and least productive jutsu ever. I love it. But that also being said, I think Sharingan would actually be my second choice. A, because it, like, your eyes would look really cool, and the fact that you can like see like what people are gonna do before they do it, like movement wise. Like no one would ever be able to, like, if you got mugged on the street or something, you'd be able to see what they're gonna do like 10 seconds, well not 10 seconds, but like, you know, you're gonna be able to see where they're moving, so you'll be able to like counter, so you won't ever need to get mugged. And then if there's someone that you don't like, just make their, like, I don't know, just make their clothes ignite in black fire that can't ever be put out, and then you become a criminal. I don't know, that went somewhere else that I didn't mean for it to go to, but if there's someone you don't like and they've got a nice handbag, then just make their handbag catch on fire and they can't put it out. Whatever they do, they can't put it out. Boom. You now have to go buy another Gucci handbag. Shame.
Battle begins. There you are. I can win you shall be brought to there you are.
So like now that you say it, I guess you could approach it from two ways. Shadow Clone Jutsu would be the one I'd pick for things that I would be like to help myself get my life on track, because I can go to work and study and do chores around the house and do all the, like, you make like super duper meals because I'll have like 20 people in the kitchen making stuff, so I'll be able to make stuff really fast. You know, art projects I can finish super quickly because I've got like 50 people doing it, you know. So from a things I can do for myself, Shadow Clone Jutsu would win. For things that I can do to others, such as set their Gucci handbag alight, then I'll pick the Sharingan. Because I mean, even with the Shadow Clone, I'll just be just as useless as I am just on my own. But like, you know, oh sorry, douchebag who like in his big 4-wheel drive who just like cut me off on traffic. Oh, would be a shame if your steering wheel caught alight. Actually no, that'd actually be, no, because eventually someone will eventually trace it down to mysterious black fire appearances. Someone on the internet will manage to like sleuth it out and be like, oh, this, in all of the pictures from the scenes, this woman has been there every single time, and she must have something to do with it. She must be masterminding it. It'll be something like that. But anyway, shall I go? Ooh, it would be 2. It would be 2. And then when the cops come after you because you're like, you know, when the cops come after you because you've just like, you know, been driving recklessly through traffic, but also completely safely because you've been effortlessly weaving in and out, then you could just cast a genjutsu on them. Boom. You'll be able to escape.
battle begins.
And then you go join the UFC. Oh my god. Join the UFC and they're like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. I got this. And they're like, have you done any martial arts training? I'm like, no. And they're like, sure. Okay. And then I'm just like winning fight after fight after fight after fight. And they're like, how the hell are you doing that? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. These are my lucky red contacts that I just wear at the start of every, you know, during every fight. And they'll be like, oh, okay. And they're like, and then they'll be trying to find the contacts to like scan them for weird high-tech technology that's helping win, but they won't because there's never been any contacts. It's just my eyes. Oh my goodness, that'd be actually great. And then, because I'll be winning all the UFC fights, so I'll be winning like $1 bajillion. I think Ash, I think you're actually onto something here. There we go. Alright, what I'm gonna do, I'm going to do 10 more fights. We're gonna do 10 more fights here. Gonna do 10 more fights. It's gonna take us down to 209. Or maybe do I go... Oh, do I just go all the way? Potentially. Yes.
You can't.
Concussion. See how I go. Maybe not.
This is it. Krishna and Sasori.
This
The remake. It's remake like Aerith, been playing the original. I can see how someone would enjoy Tifa more. Tifa what does have one of the in OG, we'll get to it way later, like way later. She does have one of the just the best I guess mini games, I think, just mini sequences. She does have one of the best ones in 7. Which I won't. There's her and another character just have a moment.
That's one.
Michael Rich is a Tifa fanboy. Got it. Don't actually know who I like, who I prefer more out of the ladies. Actually, that's actually a good point. Who's my favorite lady in 7? Probably Aerith. Probably Aerith. And I think even just that, purely just because of her lore, her importance and part to play in the larger lore, I think. Because I'm guessing Ash, the guide's gotten you to recruit Yuffie at this point?
Decided.
Hanzo and Yungara. Okay, I think I've got 4 more. Oh, just trying to think. How far do I go down? Let's see. I might actually go down to fight 200, I think. And that will be the last fight with one of the Narutos. Yes, that'll be nice to have. Considering the rest of my fights are pretty much all physical attackers. And Yuffie near the mines. It's a ninja. Okay, cool, yeah. Yeah, because there's two optional characters, completely optional characters. Yuffie and another one that you'll get later on. And I never really used Yuffie and the other one particularly too much, although the other one I wish I did use more, because they're one I like my fave. Just Final Fantasy VII characters just in general. And also one of my Final Fantasy crushes when I was younger. I had a thing for like edgy, moody boys with long hair in my day. As well as Auron from Final Fantasy X, who's like a 50-year-old man. So that's, I just had strange, basically the dark and edgy Final Fantasy characters when I was little. It's the ones I had crushes on. To the point you could probably like predict, like a new game would come out, be like, that's the one that she's gonna have a little crush on, just from how they looked.
Battle begins.
Try this on for size. Take this.
Been decided.
Oh, that's right, 15. Yeah. This thing has one of the better ones. I'll agree with that. I'm gonna put myself back into the shoes of to the mindset and shoes of my 19 and 20-year-old self. 20-year-old self. 19? No, 19. With the exception of Prompto, but also the addition of Arden, I could, back then, I think Gladiolus I had the biggest crush on. But I think he's meant to be the thirst of that game. But like Ignis, he's super smart and he's super charming and charismatic. I would totally date Ignis. Noctis, even though he's a little bit moody, he's got a heart of gold. Gotta love him. Arden's actually just pretty like. No, I think actually no, I lie. I think Arden was just my favorite villain. Is actually one of my favorite villains in Final Fantasy, full stop. I didn't think I actually necessarily had a crush on him. Oh yeah. It wasn't emotional, especially the second time you see them pushing a car. Or, sorry, hear them pushing the car the second time. That was emotional. I was in the midst of like wiping my eyes and my face from all the tears at that point.
Battle begins.
I need to finish this fight with an ultimate. Because there should be a special cut-in scene for this matchup. Here we go.
You have already failed. The victor has been decided.
Lovely. It's Kaze and Hanzo again. Yeah, okay. We've got 7 more fights. Take us through to the end.
Battle begins.
And then it's going to be exciting because we're going to end today on having finished on I've got 200 fights left to go. So then tomorrow we're going to get down into double digits, which is exciting and scary. Favorite characters now. Correct. Correct answer. We've now reached the singularity point where your favorite character choice has now aligned. The planets are now aligned.
Battle begins. Be gone. Be gone. Ibuse. Eat this. Eat this. Be gone. The victor has been decided. Now it ends. Here is your reward.
Remember a while back you said there was a one-shot chapter. What's that do? Oh!
Battle begins.
Oh yeah, Microach, was that, because I remember too you saying it. Was that one-shot chapter the one that's recently come out? I want to say like this year come out? Unless there's been another one I've completely forgotten about. Oh, it is that one? Okay, yeah. It technically takes place before all of Naruto. Technically. It's got some really, really sweet bits in it as well. Like, really sweet bits. And right, last two fights of the day. Actually, no, not last two fights of the day. Third, no, what's that? Antepenultimate fight of the day. Yeah, I'll say probably like 20 minutes, half hour. You should be alright.
I've inherited all sorts of things, and I'm going to keep on heading forward.
The victor has been decided.
Oh yeah, oh my goodness.
People are counting on me for all sorts of things, so I won't mess up.
One tickety boo. One tickety boo. Oh yeah. Oh, actually, that's actually a good point. I will send you an invite. Just whatever you do, I'll just actually have a look. Actually no, you should be alright. Just be careful. There's a Naruto channel that I would advise you just tread carefully through. I can't see anything like supery dupery spoiler in there. Yeah, I've just sent you an invite. Tread carefully, that's all. And there's hardly anything in there as well, so but anyway. Okay, coming up on the last fight of the day. Let's take us down to 200. 200 fights to go. Boom. Okay, right. Oh, come on. Need to finish this one on a... Need to finish this one on ultimate. Maybe not.
Get ready.
Nah, maybe not. That's okay.
Temperature has been decided.
Just gonna point out the fact that for the last fight, tried to fight there. Fair. True, true. True, true. Oh my goodness. Poeticness. And which actually reminds me, because what I'm gonna do, so the last fights of today will be with these two. So like, technically, fight 1 remaining will be these two. And it will be taking place, I think I've got it, like, it has to be the Final Valley final battle. That has to be, or do I do it the final, like the one where you can see the statues? It has to be the final battle, the Final Valley anyway. But yeah, that's gonna be, oh, it's gonna be exciting. Because that's only like 2 Naruto days away now. So exciting. Alright, we've gotten down to 200 fights remaining officially. Oh my goodness. And with that, I will bid you adieu and pick this up tomorrow with day 124. We're going to get down to 100, no, not even 100. We're going to get down to 80 fights is the goal, which is very exciting. But until then, until such time as that, take care. Take care, take care, take care. We'll make it a race. You've technically got till Thursday. Well, you've technically got till your Thursday morning to do it. You got this. We'll make it a race. But no, thank you so much for joining as always. It's been fabulous to have you. Fabulous to see you as always. Take care. Eat ice cream, drink cups of tea. Get yourself a nice warm blanket. Get yourself a nice fluffy blanket with some slippers, and then get your cup of tea and your ice cream. And I will see you around on the next one. Bye.